fortunately for everybody here, it looks like I got into the parking lot. It stopped, and so hopefully we'll have a night full of kind of greened up a little bit yesterday with some of the rain that was coming on, so good to see that. Ranchview about 100 in the favor. Head down there tomorrow, and should a Game 3 be necessary, it will happen on Saturday. But Ranchview has picked up a couple of big wins and actually ended up their district season.
Thing that is so important for the Wolves tonight is their pitching, and so they've got 2 runs a game being as far as scoring, and they're only allowing 3.72. Pleasant for both of these teams. So it'll be interesting to see just what Pleasant Grove is able to get players that are somehow kin to each other.
Yeah.
And so that we're probably going to have to stay out of the way of if Pleasant Grove gets a win, and that's going to be because they're and that's pretty salty, and that's Jacob Harms. And
first baseman,
so it's going to be interesting to see how just that plays out tonight on the pitching mound for both of these teams.
Yeah, and so brothers, left field and center fielder brothers, the right fielder and the catcher are brothers, first base and the pitcher are brothers, and then over now to the PA announcer, David Mims, for the national anthem. All right, and so we get ready to go. We will give you the defense for the Hawks out there on the field. The man behind the plate is number 24, Cade Martin, getting the start on the mound tonight for the Hawks, the sophomore Hunter Rose. We got a little first pitch going on here with one of our youngest. And look at my man.
Sign him up.
Fire it across. We're going to see him on the mound here in a few years. So awesome to see him out there. Hunter Rose at pitcher. First baseman tonight, number 28, Ty Boozer. Brenton Clark, number 2, is at second base. Jarrett Halter, number 4, at shortstop. And on the hot corner at third, number 19, Spencer Browning. Number 21, Landon West, out in left field. Jake Elrod will be in center field. He wears number 6. And number 10, Walker Wright, will be in right field. Buck Anderson tonight be the designated hitter in the lineup. He is batting in place of Landon West. And so this Hawk defense, a little bit of a different order. Hunter Rose on the mound. He normally plays center field, and so Jace Elrod has moved over there. And Landon West out in left. The wind coming in from center field, maybe a little bit right center there, and so we'll take a shot to get something out of here this evening. And Jay, we talked about it. You don't ever know if you're going to get a home game in the playoffs. Here we got a home-and-home series. Slight possibility that happens again, but also I would say more than likely that this will be the final varsity game in this ballpark for Pleasant Grove, a ballpark that has an incredible amount of history as it pertains to Hawk baseball.
I may or may not go steal a cup full of dirt.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. No, this has been a great stadium. I actually remember back when this was actually one of the PGYA fields,
right?
And the first couple of years that Pleasant Grove had a baseball team, they actually played at George Dobson. But Pleasant Grove has definitely made this home and has won many ball games. And so it'll be interesting to see how they finish this stadium out. And they got a chance to go home with a win should they pull this off against the Wolves. But they've got their hands full.
Big game tonight, and then the first man up for Ranchview is number 3, Martin Sanford. He is the center fielder, batting .229 on the season from the right side. Kind of shows that bunt that we see Hawks do several times on strike 2. And that one right down the middle, and a little bit of a pop on that ball from Hunter Rose to get this thing kicked off. Big swing and a miss from Sanford there, down 2-0. On deck is number 1, the pitcher Jackson Helms, and then in the hole, number 14, his brother, the first baseman Jacob Helms.
Yeah, Rose steps off, but his velocity is definitely there tonight.
That one a little bit low. Tries to see if he can get the batter to chase, and it's good to see Hunter kind of getting his stride going after being out of the pitching rotation at the beginning of the year with an injury. Ball here now evens the count at 2-2. It's a 4-man umpire crew here for playoff game. So we got a guy at each place. Big swing and a miss, and that's going to be out number 1. The first man goes down swinging. Now stepping into the box is the pitcher, number 1, Jackson Harms.
Of course, the stat I always love to look at is how many strikeouts per inning pitched, and Hunter Rose continues to average more strikeouts than innings pitched. That takes him to strikeout number 18 for the season.
This one high, off to the right side, over the right field fence for a foul.
Yeah, teams really have not had a lot to look at for Rose since he did not get to play the full season. So he's sort of a little diamond in the rough for Pleasant Grove going into the playoffs.
That one, strike called right at the knees. Really good job there by Cade Martin. Kind of pausing on that pitch there. 2-1, and this one just outside. Count 2-2 now for Rose. Little change up. This one fouled back into the parking lot. Didn't hear a car get hit there.
Yeah, Harms did a good job there just getting that one in to continue his bat here.
And this one, a little bit of high heat, and that one just a little bit high. Probably just above the letters. Full count now. This one up high on the changeup. Moving over is Brenton Clark from second base. He gets under it, and that's out number 2 for the Hawks. And that will bring up number 14, Jacob Harms, the first baseman for Ranchview. Should he make it to base, the next man up is the shortstop, number 12, Sincade Delzell.
Yeah, Jacob is only leading the team in batting average, hits, singles, triples, and home runs.
This is obviously their dude at the plate. And, strike number 1. He thought about swinging. That one was through the strike zone anyway. This one a little bit high and gets past him with a little bit of velocity.
And as you notice, most of the players on their team have some golden locks.
Yep.
And I thought that maybe that could be something neat that you and I could do next game.
We can try to dye Doty's hair blonde for the next game, I guess, if that's what you want to do. if that's what you're alluding to.
I'm thinking Morgan would look like Slim Shady.
Yeah, we get Morgan some now. Change up down in the dirt, 2-2 now. The count. Yeah, you see that a lot with teams, maybe during the playoffs. They'll kind of do something for maybe some solidarity and camaraderie. They all dye their hair blonde. Strike 3 called, and Hunter Rose sets them down 1-2-3. No hits, 2 strikeouts. We'll head to the bottom of the first. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front alignment machine guys here, and we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Millette. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
Welcome back here to Hawk Field as we get ready for the bottom of the first here, Hawks versus Wolves in round 2 of the playoffs. And Jay,
want to give a special shout out to a PG fan and PG family, and that's going to be to Mr. Carter Beck. Got a lot of prayers for him for complete healing, and prayers for his family to support him. And I do want to share, Adam the father shared that, could you please send a huge thank you to the community from the Becks for the support that they have received. It's been nothing short than overwhelming, and they are definitely thankful for the entire Texarkana community and that they love everyone. But many prayers for that family, and like I said, complete healing for Carter, and got a lot of fans for him going on right now that are in the Pleasant Grove family. But I know that they're taking a few minutes to support the Hawks tonight. So hopefully we'll have a great game, and you and I don't mess up too bad.
Absolutely, and of course you can keep up with Carter and his progress. His mom has been posting on Facebook, Amanda Beck, and man, it's just been great to see the Pleasant Grove community around him and around this family. First up now for the Hawks is the senior Brenton Clark playing second base. He looks at ball number 1 down low.
Yeah, Brenton Clark.
Little chopper back toward the mound. Harms gets over there, gets it to his brother, and that'll be the first out. And so Brenton got on top of that one just a little bit too much, and Harms was able to make quick work of that, and that'll bring up the next man, the shortstop, number 4, Jarrett Halter.
Yeah, I was just about to mention how tough Brenton Clark has been to get out, and just was not able to get a good hit on that one.
Little curve ball there into Halter, and I think he thought that thing was going to fall off the table a little bit more than he did, but it just kind of hung there in the strike zone. This one, Halter gets around on just a little bit too quickly over to the third base side into foul territory. He's down 0-2. Haven't seen super fast velocity so far from Harms tonight. We'll see if he tries to fire something in. That one a little bit low for ball 1. And that time the curve didn't hang up quite as long as the first couple of times. This one up high, right at the eyes of Halter. Excuse me. 2-2 now the count. And strike number 3. That one kind of right across the belt there. Halter may have thought it was a little bit inside, but we talked about it before the game. We've kind of seen that inside corner and outside corner given to the pitchers a little bit.
Well, I think the batters are going to have to get up there and swing tonight, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings up the third baseman, Spencer Browning. He looks at strike number 1. Kind of in that same spot there. This one a little off speed. A little bit low, and I'll tell you, Harms has been right on that line, right at the knees. Those balls and strikes as he tries to get it dialed in. This one kind of the same pitch, and Browning swings over it as again, right when he got to the front of the batter's box, probably dropped about 3 inches. That one outside. You can see it take Mizuno to his right. So he was able to field it. Evens the count at 2-2. Hawks with 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first. This one popped up back toward the screen. Mizuno will not be able to get there, and it will land over near the concession stand. And Spencer and the pitcher kind of talking to each other up there, and both smiling. So I'm not sure what kind of little either maybe a joke was said or something disparaging one way or the other. You're not quite sure when you start dealing with high school kids. 2-2 still the count now. This one fired into right center. It's deep, right against the wall. Spencer Browning will be into 2. He's making his way to 3rd. Nope, he's going to hold up at 2. Probably had time to get there as they missed the cutoff man, but he does a good job to stop there, and Spencer Browning puts one all the way to the base of the wall in right center, and the Hawks have a man in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 1st. Bringing up number 24, the catcher, Cade Martin. Martin and Brenton Clark, 2 of the seniors who start on this team.
Yeah, that gave Browning his 7th double of the season, and he's only 1 behind team leader. I believe that is Boozer. Now he's going to be number 8 for him, so he is 1 behind team leading Ty Boozer for doubles.
Martin looks at strike number 1. Again, kind of right down there in the bottom of the zone, just above the knees. Cade is hitting .364 on the season with 2 home runs. You see left field especially giving him plenty of room. This one a drive straight to second base, and the second baseman, slow to get there, fires it over, and just in time. And so that's how the Hawks go down. 1 hit, 1 strikeout. We'll take a break, come back for the top of 2. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove as we get ready for the top of the 2nd. The Hawks did leave a man on there in the bottom of the 1st. Spencer Browning, the lone hit so far this evening. With a double off the right field wall as we get ready for the 2nd stanza here. Leading off for the Wolfpack in this inning is the shortstop, number 12, Kincaid Delzell. Cade Martin gets back in there, gets in time for 1 pitch down to second base. Of course, he was the last batter up. It took him a minute to get it back in the catcher gear, and now here we are ready to get rolling. We got a decent little crowd from Irving who have made the trip down here this evening.
It's probably not a bad drive from there, getting there.
Yeah, tomorrow evening I want to make sure, of course, I think the boys are leaving about 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, trying to get down there well before rush hour. Hunter Rose now starts it off with a strike. Little curveball in for a called strike there down the middle. Delzell steps back in again this one. Fastball a little low. 1-1.
Come on, 12er!
Rose low again.
Here's the first batter that Rose has gotten behind on, but
one inside just a little bit. Rose does like to work those inside corners, but that one maybe a little bit too far. Now he's down 3-1. This one a little bit outside, and Dalzell now gives the Wolves a man on the base paths. Erlenbush now the second baseman. Steps in. He's batting .286 on the season. He does have a home run. This one a shot down the right field side into foul territory.
Dalzell does have 10 stolen bases, but he hasn't taken that far of a lead yet.
Big, tall kid is Dalzell. This one fouled back off the screen as Erlenbush tries to catch up to that one. 0-2 now the count. This one hit towards center field. Jace Elrod slides over under that. And that'll send Dalzell back to first base, and we've got one man out here in the top of the second. I'll tell you, that shot and the one by Browning, both of them look like they were carrying.
Well, and that just shows how the humidity and that wind is going to come into play tonight.
The man in the box now is the catcher, number 11, Haruto Mizuno, as Hunter Rose checks Dalzell over on first. This one fouled over to the right side, just over the visitor dugout there. Kind of got folks moving around over here for Ranchview.
Here we go, Woods.
Rose now back, and they get Dalzell caught in a pickle over to second, and he is out. So Hunter Rose with a good move over to first base, and that will make it two men down now in the top of the second.
Dalzell getting a couple of extra comments from the first base coach as he went into the dugout.
Yeah, he was a little mouthy leaving the batter's box as well, and I think he might have said something when he got tagged out there. That one in a little bit high, ball number one. So Hunter Rose walked the leadoff man, and they get him out on the base paths. 1-1 now, 2 outs. This one up high from Rose again, and Hunter's trying to get that strike zone narrowed in there. That one down low.
Kate sort of calling for Rose to sort of stay within himself. Looks like he's just trying to throw a little bit with a little extra today. So Cade out there. Talk to him. Coach Fincher comes out. And yeah, I think you're kind of like you say, maybe just a little bit too much on it, amped up a little bit, and tell him, hey, just hit your spots. You know how to put the ball where it needs to go. That visit didn't take long to discuss what Coach Fincher wanted to discuss.
Catcher Haruto is in the box. Big swing and a miss for strike two. Next man up is number 13, Zane Gonzalez. He's the designated hitter. He's hitting in place of the third baseman, Colson Denzel, but he won't bat this inning with a big strikeout there from Hunter Rose, and so the pep talk from Coach Fincher did its job as Rose fired the next two in there. And the Hawks set them down. We headed to the bottom of the second. Knotted at 0. We'll take a break. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove as we get ready to start the bottom of the second. We are over here on the visitor side, so we can hear some conversation in that, and the coach came over from third base, the head coach, Graham. He talked to the first base coach and said, hey, what happened on that pickoff? And he said, well, he threw him out. He said, and talked about the base runner. He said, man, I thought he was going forward. And he goes, no, he never crossed over. And he said, man, that's a dangerous move that kid has. As they talked about Hunter Rose, who now steps into the box for the Hawks. And so a good heads-up play there by the sophomore pitcher to get that man out on the base.
See if Hunter Rose can't help himself out a little bit, get himself on base.
Due up this inning is Rose, Buck Anderson, the designated hitter, batting for Landon West, and then Jace Elrod, the center fielder. Rose looks at strike one. This one a shot towards center, and the center fielder Sanford moves over under that and is able to make the catch there. Martin Sanford, the leadoff hitter, playing center field. That ball was about the same spot the ball went in the last inning. Buck Anderson now, the DH, steps in. Of course, he played a little bit of catcher last week in that doubleheader. Probably expect him to step into that spot next year, but still like to get several more games in with Mr. Martin during this season before we get to that. This one down the middle, chopped into foul territory toward the left. Coach Fincher acted for a minute like he might want to try to reach out and grab that. And then, as you say, Jay, made a business decision.
There's nothing wrong with business decisions.
This one inside.
You have to come back.
Yeah, it's hard to function if your left hand doesn't work very well. Inside pitch there to Buck makes it 2-1. And now the count even at 2-2. Just a little curveball right down the middle. This one was shot towards first base. Scooped up there by the first baseman. He's able to step over onto the bag just in front of Buck. And we've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 6, Jace Elrod, number 7 in the batting order. On deck, should Jace get on base, number 10, Walker Wright.
The wind has picked up a little bit.
Elrod dodges ball one inside. He gets behind the catcher, Mizuno. But, yeah, we got a little – you can hear the wind in the crowd mic and probably in our announcer mics as well, and it is coming from the infield towards home. That one is going to be off the foot of Elrod, and so now the Hawks once again with a man on base, and so the Wolves got a man on via the walk. And now Jace Elrod over at first base. Walker Wright stepping in now for Pleasant Grove.
Elrod's got 6 stolen bases for the year. So if given the opportunity, he will at least take a chance.
This one, the ball right down the middle as Walker Wright looks at strike one. Steps back in now. Jackson Harms the pitcher, rather. Doesn't even look over at Elrod at first. And now he has Walker Wright down 0-2. Wright, the number 8 batter. He's followed by number 28, Ty Boozer. If he's able to get on. Hardwin now. This one a shot between third and short. A little base hit, and the Hawks have runners on first and second with the number 9 hitter, Ty Boozer, stepping up. Boozer batting .324 on the season. He has 1 home run. Ty Boozer, one of the more prolific 9-hole hitters that you'll find. Let's see if he can keep this 2-out rally going.
Yeah, I shared a little bit earlier, but he does lead the team in doubles, and that would come in handy with 2 Hawks on base.
Harms with a big curve ball, kind of twists Boozer up there. He started to swing and then couldn't decide if he wanted to or not. Yeah, that's going to be a balk. Yep, and so you could see Harms look back at second base, and I think he might have maybe kind of okey-doked himself. I think he knew it was when he did it too, but you've got to come set and then pitch, and I think maybe he just got off balance there a little bit. Nonetheless, it moves the Hawks over, and Pleasant Grove now with both runners in scoring positions. Boozer down 0-1 now in the count. This one right over the, right at the belt rather. Must have been inside just a little bit. And we're looking at it from the side here.
Yeah, Boozer, good eye there. He's only drawn 7 walks.
And he draws that one the tough way. As Boozer takes that one off the left arm, gets to first base, and that'll bring up the leadoff man, Brenton Clark. Steps back in, and if you let me choose a Hawk that I want to be up to bat with bases loaded, it's probably going to be Brenton Clark. We'll see, I'm not sure what the umpire crew's talking about out there. They've all met up over here between the pitcher's mound and first. Okay, maybe they were trying to say that he stepped into that. I don't know.
Well, possibly leaned into it.
Yeah, I think that's what the question was, and they say nope. It got him, and so they put him on first. 2 outs now. The Hawks have got everybody on base with 2 outs. Clark trying to keep this rally going. Bases loaded now, and this one into left field territory and foul. Clark was just a little bit behind that one.
Yeah, Harm's able to get Clark a little jammed up there, but Clark able to at least push it far enough foul where it was not in play for a catch.
Strong enough wind coming from center field. All the flags are blowing toward home plate. See if Brenton can put something here between left and center. There's a huge gap there at left center. This one to the right. It's going to be down. This is going to go all the way to the wall, and the Hawks are going to score at least 2. Boozer trying to round from third, and he's going to get there. Clark's going to be standing up on second, and Pleasant Grove has a 3-0 lead. A big double by Brenton Clark down the right field line.
Yeah, great hit there. Clark just working with what Harms was going to give him, a little outside, so Clark takes it down the first base side and clears the bases and puts 3 runs up for Pleasant Grove as he gets his first hit tonight.
That thing just inside the foul line, goes all the way to the wall, and what an incredibly timely piece of hitting from the senior second baseman, Brenton Clark. That brings up the shortstop, number 4, Jarrett Halter.
Yeah, that also gives Brenton Clark 8 doubles for the season, so he now is second on the team, at least tied.
Elrod looks at this one a little high, 2-0 now the count. Elrod with a shot over the shortstop's head. Clark's going to come in to score now from second. 4-0. The Hawks lead it with a big 2-out rally in progress here in the bottom of 2, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 19, Spencer Browning.
Yeah, Halter had a great little arm action there on first base after he got on first base and saw his teammate cross home plate, knowing that he got another RBI for the season.
Cade Delzell, big tall kid there at shortstop, and that one was just out of the reach of his glove. Browning now with a shot. This one a little slow roller back to the pitcher. He's going to get there, and that'll end the inning, but the Hawks do some damage, putting up 4 runs in a 2-out rally. We'll head to the top of 3. Pleasant Grove leading it 4-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit gregorrauto.com.
Welcome back to a windy evening as the Hawks bats stirred up a little wind as well in the bottom of the second. 4 runs in a 2-out rally sparked by a big bases clearing double by Brenton Clark, and then a base hit RBI by Jarrett Halter, and the Hawks lead it 4-0 as we head to the top of those 3. Coming up now for Ranchview, number 13, he's a designated hitter, Zane Gonzalez. He's hitting in place of the third baseman, Colson Delzell. Hunter Rose so far able to keep Ranchview mostly at bay. This one a little chopper back to second. Fielded by Clark there, over to Boozer. And the first man is down to start the third. That'll bring up number 5, Zach Samford, the left fielder. He'll be followed by number... Is that it?
Yeah, 15, Delzell.
15, I thought that's who Gonzalez was hitting for.
He's hitting for the...
I must have written something down incorrectly. He must be hitting for 18, Mizuno, the right fielder. 18, okay. All right,
first pitch is a strike there.
There we go. Jack Sanford is up, and he is followed by number 15, Colson Delzell. We will not see the right fielder, Nico Mizuno, batting. Wrote it down wrong. 2 strikes now. Hunter Rose ahead in the count here. This one fouled back. The number 8 hitter, left fielder Jake Samford, is up. His brother Martin Samford is the leadoff man. He's hoping for a chance to get back up this inning. This one up high, kind of gets away from Rose there. Cade Martin unable to pull it in.
Yeah, Samford is only a freshman on this team.
1-2 now the count. This one down low. Tied up at 2 apiece. See Coach Fincher calling the play in via radio. There's new things allowed this year. And strike number 3. Little off-speed pitch, and Rose, strike number 4. Strike 3, rather.
Gotcha.
There we go. Strike out number 4. But Sanford chases on that one. Thanks for keeping up with that, though. That is number 15 now up to bat. This is Colton Delzell. He's the third baseman, the final man in the lineup. And he looks at strike 1. Right in the bottom of the strike zone on the outside of the plate there. If he gets on base, the leadoff man, center fielder Martin Sanford, awaits on deck. Ball 2 now from Rose, 2-1 the count.
Yeah, Hunter Rose is really using the entire zone to hit his pitches. I mean, he's gone from as low as Cade Martin can have his glove to forcing him to jump up. So that's got to keep the Wolves on their toes.
This one with a little pop right down the middle. That time he only needed the middle 4 inches or so of the zone there. 2-2 now the count. This one tries to get the batter to chase as he drops this one on top of the plate. Full count now. Payoff pitch now coming from Rose. And that one will be a ball. And so for the second time this evening, the Wolves will have a man on base. The last man that got there via the walk as well. He was thrown out on the base paths. This one, though, brings back up the start of the lineup. And the number 1 batter is the center fielder, Martin Sanford. A little off-speed pitch comes across, strike 1. This will be the first time that Rose has faced more than the minimum in an inning. He throws it back, and again, they get the base runner caught, and he is out, and Hunter Rose has taken care of business himself out there on the mound. Both times that the Wolves got a man on, Rose puts him out with a nifty little pickoff move to first. And that's the way the third ends. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
All right, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove as we move into the bottom of the third. Hawks leading it 4-0. As Ranchview once again gets a man on base via the walk, and then he gets thrown out on the base pass. And Jay, we were talking about it, that little move to first base from Hunter Rose. He doesn't take a long time winding up, doesn't take a lot to get there, just a little flick of the wrist, and he kind of catches the guys on first base off guard, and so far maybe even flummoxed the first base coach over that.
Yeah, he's got some zip over there to first, and he doesn't have a lot of wasted arm motion that can really mesmerize the base runner and just catches them flat-footed. So Hunter Rose definitely doing a little bit of work on his own out there to keep his walks under control. Do want to give a special shout out to all those that are watching. Would love for y'all to like and share our feed so we can get more folks watching these Pleasant Grove Hawks try to get the win tonight.
Cade Martin, big swing on the first pitch, sends this one all the way to the wall at left field, and Cade Martin is going to have a stand-up double to start the bottom of the third. So we've seen the Hawks watch strike one quite a bit. Cade Martin came up ready to swing, and now number 7, Christian May, comes in as a courtesy runner for the catcher Martin.
Now batting number 1, pitcher Hunter Rose.
Good way to start the third there for Cade Martin, and now the pitcher Hunter Rose steps into the left side of the batter's box.
Yeah, Christian May's one of those young Hawks that's going to be fun to watch over the next few years as he continues to develop, already making an impact on this team.
He got him a little time over at third base during this last series, and Hunter Rose tries a little bunt over there to the left side, just foul. And Siri on your phone is trying to respond to me. Our voices must be close enough to the same timber.
That just proves I don't have Hunter's cell phone number.
Yeah, he's not in there. Don't have anybody in your phone by the name of Hunter Rose. Strike one now on the bunt out of bounds by Rose. Sophomore pitcher trying to help his own cause. This time he looks at strike 2 right down the middle.
Hunter Rose going to be in defensive mode a little bit, behind on the count here.
And Coach Fincher, you can see, looked over at him and said, hey, you got to be smart. Thing comes down like that, put a bat on the ball. This one, a shot toward right center. Fielder is unable to get there. Hunter Rose turns the corner at 1. He's going to stand up at 2. And Christian May comes in to score, and Hunter Rose with an RBI double. And the Hawks now lead it 5-0. And that'll bring up number 23, the designated hitter, Buck Anderson.
And this is where it has to start getting concerning for the Wolves. I alluded to it earlier in the game. They're only scoring about 6.2 runs a game, and Pleasant Grove fixing to put that many on the board. So Wolves looking to get out of this inning still with no outs.
Buck Anderson now with a bunt towards third base. And Hunter Rose is in, safe at third. And I'll tell you, Buck made that one a little bit more interesting than Hunter, I think, than they wanted to. It wasn't a forced play, and so Hunter able to get to the bag before he was tagged there, but that one was very much bang, bang. Not a bad play from the mound there by Harms to be able to field that. Now the Hawks with 2 men on base. No outs for the number 7 man in the lineup, center fielder Jace Elrod. And Elrod looks at strike 1. I'll tell you, a lot of times that first pitch from Harms is just a big ball right down the middle. That's the one that Cade Martin turned on, and maybe see a couple of these Hawks get a little more aggressive early in these counts. So Harms steps off.
Yeah, Anderson just really not taking a big lead over there, but something has definitely caught Harms' eye.
Elrod with an attempted bunt over to the right side, and this is one of those I would imagine Buck maybe trying to get Harms to throw it over there so Hunter Rose can try to come in and score from third. We've seen that play from the Hawks a few times where the man on first intentionally gets himself caught in a pickle, so we'll see how that goes. Elrod showing bunt here again, down 0-2. This one, a shot over into foul territory toward left, just a little bit behind that one.
Yeah, does a good job fighting that inside pitch off and keeps that count where he gets to remain in the batter's box.
That one careened hard off the fence of knowledge over there. This one, a little chopper toward first. Elrod.
The pitcher threw an elbow into Elrod, and I can't believe an umpire did not catch that.
A little talking back and forth, and yeah, a little chippiness out there. Maybe down 0-6, you're getting your feelings hurt some, but it is an RBI for Elrod. And it moves Buck Anderson over to second, so there's one out here, but the Hawks do lead it 6-0. Now up the number 8 man, the right fielder, Walker Wright. Wright. If they bunt to third, he makes it to first. He is safe.
Anderson scores.
Anderson is going to score, and the Hawks lead it 7-0. Sometimes it's not good for me to be in earshot of the other team.
Well, and Coach Graham's going to take a little time to talk to his team, possibly just to calm down the team.
Yeah.
Definitely some emotion out there.
Saw a little mouthiness earlier from the shortstop when he was up to bat. Now maybe a little shot from the pitcher there. The Hawks 1 out, do have a man on first. Up 7-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, if you look back over their season, looks like they've only had 2 or 3 games where they have trailed by 7 or more. So it's not necessarily new, but they definitely haven't been in this position very often this season. So it just takes a little extra coaching to bring them back into focus.
And so now the next man up, number 28, Ty Boozer. First baseman, shows bunt, but pulls it back, but it is a called strike. Right at the knees, wind picking up just a little bit, and so the Hawks using some small ball here to score some runs. Here in the third, they check Walker Wright back to first. He's able to get there in plenty of time. Big chopping swing that time for Boozer into the backstop.
Yeah, Boozer looking for his first hit of the night, but second time to get on base since he was hit by a pitch.
0-2 now the count. This one they bunt, got a little bit under, fouled back to the net. Oh, and he's out. So you bunt.
Yeah, foul on the third like that, and it's
an out. 2 down now. Hawks with 1 man on, and that brings back up the leadoff man, number 2, Brenton Clark. He got the scoring started in the last half inning. This one over in the foul territory, over on the left toward the bullpen.
Yeah, wind seems to be picking up a little bit.
So Brenton cleared the bases with a big double last inning to get the Hawks on the board. And now he's back up once again with 2 outs with a chance to do some damage. 1 man on is Walker Wright. He's
gone.
First. Wright is in motion, and he is going to be out at second base.
Yeah, I think Fincher may want to talk about that one. That was a very, very high tag. Coach Perlman, I believe, is going to go all the way out there. Umpire wisely walks out to center field so he doesn't have to listen to it.
Doesn't want to have that conversation. Regardless of that, the Hawks put a couple more across, and Pleasant Grove leads it 7-0 as we head into the fourth. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Of course, you see that ad there from Tamales. We appreciate their support and all the support of everyone who brings you Texarkana Game Day. If you would pay attention to those commercials that come on, also the logos that you see in the corners of this game. Those are the people that bring this to you. Those are the reasons that we can bring this to you free of charge. They're on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you support the Hawks from and how you watch them. And we certainly appreciate everyone in the community for how they support Game Day. Martin Sanford now steps into the box here for the Wolves. It's just his second at-bat of the evening, and so Ranchview just now turning the lineup over as we start the fourth inning.
And if you're asking, it's the Pollo Monterey for me at Tamales.
Pollo Monterey is good and a relatively healthy meal as it comes to Mexican food and the other alternatives. That one a strike on the inside corner, and the count is now 1-2. And Rose gets him on strike three, and Sanford goes down swinging again. And the next man up, number one, he is the starting pitcher, Jackson Harms. And Rose, a little off speed, just off the outside corner. This one up high and inside. And
I was surprised that wasn't the first pitch. Probably see it again here.
Ball two to Harms. This one, chopper to third, fielded by Browning. Fires across, out number two. So Hunter Rose maybe with a little bit of a message and then gets the man out. It's kind of the way you want to do it. And, that'll bring up the
Browning with an incredible throw there because that ball did not have a lot of speed to get to him, and just a perfect throw to Boozer.
Now the first baseman, Jackson Harms, looks at ball number one. The third man in the lineup. This one a little bit high. Cade Martin unable to pull it down.
And most likely this is the Harms that will be facing Pleasant Grove tomorrow.
Hunter Rose behind now, 0-2. And he gets Harms to chase this one. Sort of fell off the table there, but I think it was a little bit low. And 2-1 now the count. That one kind of in that same spot. This time he can't get him to chase. But now Rose behind in the count. And that one high. And once again, Ranchview gets a man on base via the walk. The other two that have made it, both were thrown out on the bases.
Yeah, my money says that he will not be thrown out this time.
But he doesn't get too far if he can help it. That'll bring up number 12 now. Sincade Delzell, he's the shortstop. And he looks at a strike inside. They want to take as much of that batter's box as they can, and Rose brushing them back a little bit.
Yeah, Delzell's one of the ones that was thrown out in a pickoff. Oh, there we go. Oh. Boozer was not expecting that. Fortunately, it hit him right in the glove.
Yeah, no, that's Rose put it where it needs to be. Maybe the Hawks kind of dodged a little bit of their own pickle there. Off speed from Rose is low for a ball. 1-1 now. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Pleasant Grove has 7 runs on 8 hits. That one a little bit high. And Hunter now behind 2-1.
Rose took a little bit longer to look at first base on that last pitch.
And like you say, Harm's not getting too far away from the bag over there. And now ball number 3. And Coach Fincher once again wants to come out and talk to Hunter as a man on first. Not sure how many pitches Hunter's thrown so far. That's not something that's on this scoreboard. We'll be on the board at the new place. And 61 pitches so far for Hunter. Three and 1 the count now, and the Wolves have a man on first. You don't want to give Sincade something here, and that is a strike. And Dalzell trying to trot toward first, and he was a little showy the first time he was up as well. And
yeah, that's never a good thing to do to an umpire.
No. Full count now, and we'll see if Hunter Rose rears back and throws one here. The payoff pitch. Fouled off as Dalzell gets on top of this one. Goes over into the home dugout there. Coach Perlman showing off the bare-handed abilities.
And Harm's just now getting back on first after running.
Dalzell is up. Erlenbacher is on deck. This one shot to second. And Brenton Clark makes quick work over to Ty Boozer. And that will end the 4th. The Wolves leave one man on. No runs across, no hits. We'll head to the bottom 4. Pleasant Grove leading at 7-0. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. Do want to let you know we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Tomorrow, we will not be able to broadcast from Ranchview. They don't have the mechanisms there and the infrastructure to do that. Hopefully that's the end of this series. If not, if we do have to play a game on Saturday, we will be able to bring you that from Paris if we have to play Game 3. But, Jay, hopefully they take care of business tomorrow. Everybody gets another long weekend.
Yeah, that's hopeful. And for Game 3, I will be down at the 40 Acres watching my daughter graduate from the University of Texas. So that's going to be a big day for our family. And
it's a big day for the feed bill at Jay's house. Get one more off on their own, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Brenton Clark stepping in now for the Hawks, the leadoff man. Senior second baseman looks at strike one.
Looks like the wind's shifting a little bit. It's going.
Brenton putting this one toward right field. It's back deep. Trying to track it is the right fielder, Mizuno, and he does. And it'll be out number 1. And that wind not doing Clark any favors on that one. And that'll bring up the shortstop, number 4, Jarrett Halter.
And Brendan's still able to move that out there, though. He was only a few steps away from the green wall.
Halter takes this one off the back, and so he will make his way to first base, and the Hawks have a man on. I think Mr. Neil Kaiser brought me a Snickers bar. I messed with him earlier, told him he should. He just put in a new dog wash over there on Pleasant Grove Road. Maggie's Dog Wash. You can come. It's self-service dog wash. Come over there and bring your puppy. Get her or him soaped up. It's $10 for 10 minutes, and man, get this rainy, muddy weather, and I guarantee you're going to have some dirty pooches that need to get over there and get themselves cleaned up.
Well, and I would tell them to bring about $15 or $16, and they can get a snow cone stand at Twin City.
There you go.
Shaved Ice, right next door.
Right next door, and they're the sponsors of the district championship cards that Game Day was able to give out tonight at the game. And so, yeah, come get your dog groomed and shined up and get over and get yourself a treat and just make a great day out of it. Right there on Pleasant Grove Road in the curve. 2-0 to count now to Spencer Browning as he tells Jared Halter to hold up at first. 3-0 now for the big third baseman. Browning will be followed by Cade Martin and then Hunter Rose. This one up high, and Browning will get to first on a 4-pitch walk. That brings up Cade Martin. He had a big double down the left field line his last at bat.
Yeah, Coach Fincher making the sign call to Jarrett Halter there at second base.
So the pitcher Harm steps off. Everybody resets, and now we're ready to go again. This one low and outside. Martin stays off of that one, and I tell you, Mizuno did a good job to get out and keep that one from getting behind him. And certainly would have allowed the base runners to move. Again, big, strong wind coming straight from center field now. And this one, a big curveball right across the knees. Cade Martin holding off of that one. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Jarrett doing a little movement out there to try to catch the pitcher's eye.
This one a little high. Martin got under it, fouled it back over the net. He's down 1-2. Not sure if that one hit a car or not. Some of these folks parking right up next to the fence maybe not too familiar with the geography here at Hawk Field. Shouldn't be a big problem at the new place over there. So we'll have a little bit of space and a retention pond between the field and the parking lot. Cade showing bunt. This one bouncing in the dirt. Gets away from Mizuno, and both base runners will advance. So the Hawks now with a man on second and third. And maybe a little bit of premonition there with that ball a little bit low and outside. Count even now at 2-2 for Martin. Cade with a high, towering fly ball, shortstop calling for it. And he gets it, and there's two down here in the bottom of the fourth. Hawks with a man on second and third. And Hunter Rose steps into the left side, trying to help his cause out.
Yeah, another double for Hunter, and that scores another 2 for the Hawks.
He was able to get a run across earlier with a double. This one a shot toward right center. It's going to float in the air. The right fielder Mizuno trying to get under it, and he does. And that's the way the fourth will end. We'll head to the fifth. Hawks leading at 7-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Brooklyn Stevens, General Manager and Marketing Director for Local Habit Coffee Company. Local Habit exists to spark a revival of local communities and the beauty they inherently possess by bringing people together over exceptional third-wave coffee. We then want them to take the joy and good vibes they get from us out into their local town and go make something good happen.
One of our top priorities is providing exceptional customer service. We want to make sure our customers left better than when they came in. Our customers should walk away thinking about how incredible their coffee was, how nice and genuine their barista was, and how inviting and comforting our space is.
Come by today and enjoy a hot cup of coffee with us.
All right, folks, we are in the top of the fifth. Hawks leading at 7-0. The Wolves trying to see if they can get something going. In only one inning have they required Hunter Rose to do more work than necessary by having 4 men come up. That was in the top of the fourth. Other than that, Rose has done a good job to take care of a couple of walks. So far, nobody on base via the hit.
Yeah, had a couple of Hawks go out to the bullpen, but I think it was more just to loosen up rather than throw to come in and pitch any. Hunter Rose looking to hopefully get this game closed out.
The 3 men up for the Wolves in this half inning. Second baseman, number 9, Andrew Erlenbush, number 11. The catcher, Haruto Mizuno, and number 13, Zane Gonzalez, the designated hitter. Little off-speed pitch. High to left field. Landon West slides over under that. Able to pull it in, and so similar to what the Hawk batters have seen, ball sort of died in the air out there. West able to make short work of that. 1 down here in the fifth for Hunter Rose.
Yeah, Erlenbush definitely consistent. That was a second fly out for him.
The catcher, Mizuno, looks at strike 1, and Rose, a little velocity here in the fifth. Mizuno unable to get around on this one, just tipped it. Bounced off the backstop.
Well, for continued consistency, Mizuno struck out his first at bat. Now behind the count 0-2.
The 0-2 from Rose. That one a little inside right there at the number. Mizuno gets out the way. This one fouled back into the parking lot.
And Mizuno doing a good job fighting that one off so he could continue to try to face a pitch he can drive.
One and 2. This one down low, and it evens the count now.
Trying to get Mizuno to take a swing at one falling off the table there.
This one shot into center field. Jace Elrod running in to make that catch before it could drop, and they're 2 down in the fifth, and that will bring up Zane Gonzalez.
He grounded out his first at bat against Rose, facing him for the second time tonight.
Gonzalez swings at strike number 1, and that curveball had to look the size of a softball until it just fell down in the dirt. Gonzalez is hitting for the right fielder, Miko Mizuno.
One of his teammates telling him to stay in there. It's a lot easier to say when it's not you.
It's easy to call that from the dugout. 1-1 now. This one a little bit high up near the chin.
Rose reaching back there, and his velocity is definitely there tonight.
This one high over toward right field. Hawks trying to track it down, but it will be knocked out of play. Just a long way to get to strike two. Two and two the count now on Haruto Mizuno.
Giving Walker Wright plenty of time to get back in his position.
Strike three. And Hunter Rose sets them down in order once again. We'll move to the bottom of the sixth. Pleasant Grove leading it 7-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day. Welcome back here to Pleasant Grove, bottom of the fifth. The Hawks leading it 7-0 here in the area round of the 4A UIL baseball playoffs. Due up this inning for the Hawks, number 23, the designated hitter, Buck Anderson. Number 6, Jace Elrod, the center fielder. And number 10, Walker Wright, the right fielder. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. The man still on the bag for the Wolves is Jackson Harms.
Number 23, designated hitter, Buck Anderson.
Buck steps in now. Now the wind coming more from our back, so from right field toward left field. And Buck sends this one over to the left, and it bounces right over the entry gate over there. And that one might show up on somebody's right arm tomorrow. Sound like it hit a stake over there. Little change up just outside for Harms. 1-1 now for Buck. And that one, change up right across the plate. Coach Fincher looks over at Buck and puts his hand out like, what else you want to see, son?
Well, Buck was talking to himself right when that ball passed him.
I think he knew it didn't go there. That one low. Able to check his swing. They appeal down to first. First base umpire says he didn't go. That one was close. I think I would ask about it too. 2-2 now to count.
All they can say is no.
Shot now from Buck. Base hit. Right to the gap between short and third. And Buck Anderson has the Hawks with one man on base here in the bottom of the fifth. And that will bring up tonight's center fielder, Jace Elrod. He and Landon West both involved in some outs in that last half inning. Now we'll see if Jace can get something going here. Elrod, so far this season, batting .329 with 2 home runs. He shows bunt, gets back, and that ball goes all the way to the backstop as it gets past Mizuno. And Buck Anderson will make his way over to second. Buck Anderson not a guy that's going to win a sprint. I can say that because I'm not a guy that's going to enter a sprint, much less win it. But he's able to trot over to second, and now he is in scoring position. Again on the bunt, and boy, this one rolls just foul. Elrod does a good job of making that thing die. We've seen the Hawks struggle with bunts in a few games, especially getting them high. That one in a pretty good spot and rolls just foul on the right side.
Yeah, Elrod looking for his first hit tonight. First at bat was hit by a pitch and then grounded out at his second at bat.
1-1 now to Jace. Oh, this one. Hits him on the foot. They say he got the bat back before he got hit, and they're going to kind of appeal this. And I can see their coach wants to ask and says, hey, is that not a strike if he's offering it out there? And so he's going to appeal to third base and ask him, hey, did he get the back or not? And I think it's a question to ask there, and so we'll see. All right, and they say he got it back. And so he will get down to first until the Hawks now with a man on first and second. That brings up the number 8 man in the lineup, right fielder Walker Wright. Ty Boozer will be the next man up for the Hawks. 2 on base, no outs here in the bottom of 5.
And the winning run is swinging right now for potential.
Ball a little bit low, and they're going to get Buck Anderson caught out on the base paths. And he's going to be out. Buck started going, and Mizuno did a good job to keep that one in front of him that time. And so there's 1 down, and a man still on first base. And so we saw Mizuno struggle with a couple of balls early, and the Hawks thought they might try to take advantage. That time, catcher makes a good play, was able to get an out. Elrod, it's a big lead over there at first. Just trying to see if he could get Mizuno to throw again. 1-1 the count now. 1 down here in the bottom of 5. And Walker Wright sees this one go behind him. And he goes to the backstop. And so that will move Jace Elrod over into scoring position at second.
Wright digging back in after a pitch went behind him.
The 2-1 now. Outside. 3-1. So Jackson Hams in a little bit of a hole here versus the 8-hole Walker Wright. This one up high, and Walker Wright is going to get on base via the walk. And that'll bring up Ty Boozer. Boozer struck out his last time up. We'll see if he can get something rolling here with 1 down. Hawks with 2 men on. This one bounces low. Elrod gets a big lead, but he is able to get back as Mizuno once again keeps that one in front of him.
I think that aggressiveness is good for keep the pitcher's attention as well.
1-0 count, the bunt. Back to the pitcher's mound. And it's high. He can't get it to first. Over the first baseman's head. The Hawks are going to score 1. Ty Boozer's going to get over into second. And an error by the pitcher. And the Hawks lead it 8-0. 1 man out. Runners on second and third, and that brings up Brenton Clark.
Brenton Clark has the opportunity for a walk-off hit here, should both of them get around the base pass and score.
And we'll see.
Looks like we're going to get a little more speed on second base.
They're going to get Ty Boozer to come out. They're going to get a courtesy runner in for him. It looks like it'll be number 3 for the Hawks, and he is not on my roster. That's Landon Fincher.
That is the second time that he has been called to do a little base running this postseason play.
So Fincher is at second. Walker Wright is at third. Brenton Clark, man up to bat with one out here in the bottom of the fifth.
And there's no attempt at all to keep Fincher on second base.
Clark looks at ball one low again. I'm not sure you're going to see anything hit out with that strong wind coming from center field. This one fouled off to the right side. Big cut there by Clark, gets under it. Heads over into the batting cages near the softball field. And that'll make the count 1-1.
Clark is 1 for 3 tonight with a double.
That one down low. Walker Wright got way out ahead on that one and had to get himself back to third base before a play could be made. Don't want to get caught out on the bases. This one outside once again, and Mizuno is doing some work there behind the plate here in these late innings. 3-1 now the count. That one down in the dirt, and Brenton Clark will take first base. That'll load the bases and bring up number 4, Jarrett Halter, but it looks like Coach Jason Graham may want to go out and visit with his pitcher. And this may be it for Jackson Hams. Hawks have 9 hits on the evening. 8 runs to show for it. And maybe Coach is just going to talk to him. We'll see what the...
Yeah, Harms just hasn't been able to be harmful to the Pleasant Grove batters tonight. But Pleasant Grove's going to have a chance to face the second Harms tomorrow. So I would imagine that's who's going to get called to pitch.
So it looks like the man coming in is number 12, Kincaid Delzell. He was the shortstop.
Yeah, he's got the third most number of innings pitched with 20. And he has 31 strikeouts for his 20 innings pitched.
So we'll see how they shift. It looks like maybe Erlenbush is going to move over to shortstop. And Jackson Harms will move to second.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove's done a great job tonight taking advantage of base runners and moving runners around and looking at possibly having the opportunity to close this game out a little bit early should they be able to get a ball or two in play.
So Harms went his night with 2 strikeouts. And he gave up 9 hits.
And he put 4 on base with hit by pitch. So that definitely was part of the story of tonight. Just allowing too many Hawks to get on base. I think that put 14 or 15 Hawks on base, and just to point out, Kincaid does. He's almost averaging a walk per inning pitched as well, so be interesting to see if Pleasant Grove's able to have a little patience here, let him throw a few strikes before they start swinging.
Jared Halter steps in now, the shortstop. He looks at strike 1. Nope.
The balk.
They're going to say it's a balk. And so Dalzell did not get set. That's going to walk a run across as Walker Wright comes in to score. It's 9-0 now. And the Hawks have the winning run. "90 feet away, and if Jared Halter puts this one in play, it'll be a ball game here.
Got both infielders playing in almost on the grass.
Yep, they're playing to get the out at home, and out at first does nothing for you. Halter looks at ball one.
The whole infield.
Ball two. And you can tell Fincher thought about trying to run in from third. Landon Fincher is on third base. He is out there, courtesy running for Ty Boozer.
Yeah, second and shortstop are also in the grass as well.
Ball three from Dalzell, and you called it there. Make him throw you strikes, as he has shown the propensity to walk some batters. Jared Halter would like to get on base regardless, and boy, a big swing at that one. I think Halter trying to inning. Coach Fincher's like, hey, just put the ball in play. 3-1. And that is going to walk Halter. That's going to bring up Spencer Browning. And now Browning, with anything other than a short fly out or a strikeout, can put this one away. There's no place for Dalzell to put a runner, as the Hawks have them loaded here in the bottom of 5. Leading by 9, the big third baseman, Browning. Looks at ball one in the dirt. Mizuno, once again, good job of keeping that thing in front of him. Not sure what grade that young man is, but he plays with a lot of heart out there behind the plate for sure.
Now, he's one of their senior leaders, and he was out for about 16 games, so glad he is out there.
Well, it must have been just a little bit outside. Couldn't see it from behind. It was at the right level.
Hawk fans starting to get a little loud with the shakers.
2-0 now. Shot, and Fincher had to be a little fleet of foot to get away from that one. Spencer Browning with a hard hit out there into foul territory at left. It bounces off the fence all the way back out to the left fielder, Jack Samford. This one low. Mizuno fires back to first, and Coach Fincher telling Landon, hey, if you see him throw there, you take off running toward home. Elrod is able to get back. The 3-1 count now. It hits Browning, and that's not going to matter. That's the ball game, as the Hawks walk it across with a walk and take a 1-0 lead in the series versus Ranchview. So Spencer Browning takes one off the back. Now his teammates go out there and pull the jersey off of him for getting the walk-off.
I guess they wanted to see the bruise.
Yeah, I want to see what's there. Anytime you get a walk-off, they try to track you down. We'll pack everybody up and try this one again about 175 miles west of here, as these two teams will clash tomorrow night at Ranchview High School in Irving, Texas. The Hawks with a 10-0 win here tonight. Hunter Rose, a no-hitter through 5. And so I'm not sure it counts as a no-hitter in the books, but it is certainly, he didn't allow a hit tonight. Just didn't get a chance to do those last 2 innings.
Well, it counts as a no-hitter, but, did work very, very efficiently
Absolutely.
tonight and had 2 good moves to first base to eliminate 2 of those walks. And so Coach Fincher's got to be happy with the effort that the Hawks put in tonight, and Hunter really not requiring his teammates behind him to do much.
No, absolutely not. Hunter only faced 4 batters in 1 inning. And that was one of those where he did walk a guy, and the guy was able to stay on there. And but that'll do it for us here. A big offensive explosion for the Hawks in the 3rd. Off the bat of Brenton Clark got it started, and then runs in all the subsequent innings, and Pleasant Grove able to put Ranchview away 10-0 in 5. We'll see you tomorrow night from there. Again, we will not be able to broadcast tomorrow's game from Ranchview. We will try to keep up with you. Doty will give you live updates on Texarkana Game Day's Facebook page, so keep up with it there. He will be giving you key plays, stats and scores from the game tomorrow night. Hopefully, that'll be the end of it. If not, we will be broadcasting from Paris weekend. Your daughter, congratulations.
Will do.
And all that. And once again, we started off the broadcast. You're talking about Carter Beck. He and his family able to watch tonight. Hawk Nation, keep praying for that young man and his family, showing them support and how much we can come together for our own. But for us tonight, that's going to do it. 10-0 for Doty, our producer. Jay Davis. I am Matt Fry. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk on Texarkana Game Day. Jay, parting words.
Great game by Pleasant Grove. Safe travels for the Wolves and their fans tonight. And then safe travels for Pleasant Grove as they have game 2 tomorrow.
Hopefully the next time you see us will be sometime next week. We'll talk to you later. God bless and be safe. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.